Hey everyone, and thank you for tuning in to LearnCast. My name is Rachel, and today we will be discussing a very important question. Which Jane Austen movie adaptation is best? Clueless or Bridget Jones's Diary? Now, for those of you who don't know much about Jane Austen or these two movies, let me give you a little bit of insight. Jane Austen was an 18th century writer who wrote primarily romance novels. However, they also had important social commentary and are full of role models and things way ahead of their time. She wrote several books, but two of her more famous novels are the basis of the movies we'll be talking about today. Her book, Emma, has been made into several movies, one of which is a modern take called Clueless. Okay, full disclosure, I've never read the book Emma, but hey, I've done a lot of research, well, kind of a lot, and I've definitely seen Clueless, many times, so I kind of have a background, whatever. Here is a short synopsis for those of you who have not seen Clueless. Cher, a wealthy and privileged high school student, is at the top of her class. Not in terms of grades, but in status. Jazz hands. When a new girl arrives, she makes it her mission to give her a complete makeover. Meanwhile, Cher's stepbrother comes to visit, and several boys catch Cher's attention. As always, romantic chaos ensues. Jane Austen's other and probably most well-known book, and one of my top 3, Pride and Prejudice, has also been adapted into a movie many times. Some of you might be familiar with Pride and Prejudice 2005, or if you are retro like me, the 1995 BBC version of the book. Anyway, Bridget Jones's Diary is one of those adaptations, and it is also a modern take. Another synopsis. Bridget Jones is a lonely, single, 30-something-year-old tragedy. After her mother sets her up with Mr. Mock Darcy, as they say, she decides she needs to pull herself together and find herself a good, sensible man. She does not like Mr. Darcy and instead begins dating her coworker, Dreamy. He is played by Hugh Grant in the movie, and let me say, spot on. However, as both these men's true intentions are revealed, romantic chaos again ensues. That is primarily the theme to many of Jane's books. However, we love her anyway. Both of these movies I absolutely love. Let me just get that in the clear. Let's look at some of their pros and cons to help decide which one is respectively the best, or just to aid you in deciding for yourself. Clueless definitely gets the points for glamour, fashion, unique storylines, and all-around spot-on personality representation. However, it is also at times confusing, only because of the vast amounts of characters, and the characters are also less likable. I absolutely love Cher and all the cast. However, it can be difficult to love them at first. Bridget Jones's Diary gets the points for laughs. It is hilarious. I mean, how can you watch her fall off that treadmill and not burst into laughter? It's so funny and so interesting, and it also does a really good job with messing with the storyline a little, leaving some parts in, taking some parts out, embellishing, just to make it not so noticeable that it's an adaptation. Of course, that straying from the story can also be a con, as we don't get to see that full compassion for Mr. Darcy come around as we do in the original Austen book. Okay, let's talk about highlights. I'm going to tell you about a few moments in the movies that I think really sell it to help you finally choose your side. Now, I do give you a warning here. There might be awful singing and crazy impressions done by me. You just never know, but I hope you can get past it. Clueless. Every time Cher says her famous line, "Ugh, as if," when Cher is feeling down and decides to take a walk to clear her mind, and comes back with multiple shopping bags. When the new girl that Cher gave a makeover to burns a dish rag she stole from someone's house. It is not as illegal as it sounds. When Cher admits that her boyfriend dresses better than her, as if. Actually, her boyfriend had an amazing fashion taste, so. Bridget Jones's Diary. When Bridget sings, "All by myself." Terrible impression. I am so sorry. After watching Frasier, when Bridget is walking down the street with "I'm every woman" playing in the background. When Mr. Darcy turns around, revealing that he is wearing a knit Rudolph sweater. And finally, 2 words, skirt fire. Have you decided yet? Even if you haven't, there is plenty of time to think about it. Both these movies are widely available, so if you haven't seen them, why not give it a try? Or if you want to watch other adaptations, you can find those too. I myself am about to sit down and watch Pride and Prejudice 2005. Yes, I have not seen it yet. I know, I'm sorry. And of course, you can always read the books if you want. They are spectacular. Full disclosure here. My favorite out of these two movies is 100% Bridget Jones's Diary. Not only out of these two, but of all time, I love Bridget Jones. The only movie that I think really could rival it for me is The Karate Kid. And trust me, I've seen a lot of movies, so this is not just a random, unexperienced opinion. Anyway, just hang on. How can you beat that sweater? The most serious guy turns around. Knit Rudolph sweater, people. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go watch this fantastic movie. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today to decide our very important question: which Jane Austen adaptation is best, Clueless or Bridget Jones's Diary? Be sure to follow us on Spotify, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check our website to stay up to date with the latest releases. If you are listening on YouTube, please comment below which you like best, Clueless or Bridget Jones's Diary. Until next time, listen, learn, repeat. Bye-bye.